Hey everybody, how's it going? So I've got a lot going on. I got Repair Preservation Group, which is a 501c3 that seeks to educate people on what right to repair is. It seeks to teach people how to do repairs, similarly to what I do on my YouTube channel. I have Repair Preservation Group Action Fund. That's a 501c4. That was where a bunch of GoFundMe money went to. That was the fundraiser I did for political lobbying earlier this year that we're using to organize repair shops and hire lobbyists to try to get a right to repair bill passed. I have Rossman Repair Group, which is my for-profit repair shop in New York City, and I have this YouTube channel. So I have something that I would like to do with the 501c3, which are these workshops that I did a few videos on over here, where people were able to bring virtually anything and get advice on how to solder, get advice on what they're what they're doing wrong if they're trying to solder something and it's just not working or not coming together. And if they're trying to fix something and they can't figure it out, you can come and get some advice for free. I want to be able to do more of these. Now, what I need for that are technicians that I can actually hire to teach these workshops, and that's what we're going to be looking for in this video. Repair Preservation Group is finally starting to get coming along here. We have the Repair Wiki. You can see it, repair.wiki, where, if you have virtually any model MacBook, there is an article here on it, and I've contributed a bunch of content to it on how to troubleshoot basic problems, like if your charger is not turning on, here are the things that you should check. If you have no backlight, here's what you check. Recently, we got Jesse Cruz to contribute some amazing articles to the iPhone section, so check this out. You go phones, you go iPhone 7 Plus. This is insane. Look at the detail of this troubleshooting. Look at this. Look at this. Big shout out to Jesse Cruz for doing this. Look at this. Like the level of detail present in these solutions. You have speaker button being grayed out, audio IC failure, how to diagnose. This is just insane level here. You have he's taking pictures of the jumpers and telling you exactly what to do. Just incredible work. There's a lot that's going on here. And what I'm focusing on in this video are the workshops. So what I wanted to also do is have in-person workshops that are free to the public. So if you want to show up to one of these workshops, you don't have to pay out of pocket, and you can, and someone will help you with your problem. So if you're like me when you were starting and you have no idea how to solder a QFN and you've tried to do it 20 times and you keep failing at it, even though the video is telling you, look at how easy it is, you can show up and you can utilize a hot air station, you can use, good station, good microscope, good everything else, and ask an actual expert in the field what you're doing wrong. So I started experimenting with this idea about a month ago in my store. You could see that over here. And what I did is all the equipment that you see here, by the way, is not Repair Preservation Group's equipment. I was just uploading this to the channel to try and promote the idea. Everything here, from the employees to the equipment to the tables, is all Rossman Repair Group stuff that I paid for. I bought all of these desks, hot air stations, and all this stuff. And we had people come by with anything that they had that was broken, and we went over what it was that they did wrong and how to fix it. So over here you have me trying to fix a CB radio that someone ripped all the pads off of. Under here you have a guy that messed up and ripped a pad off of a board, so he has to solder a jumper wire onto the nub and figure that out. And people were just able to come by, use our soldering equipment and our microscopes, and get advice on how to do all of these repairs. Now, I am not going to be running these workshops out of my store long term. This was just something that I did as a proof of concept to figure out if people were actually interested in this, and people were interested in this. At one point, we had something like, I think it was 27 people waiting outside the store. And you can see here, it was quite exciting when the CB radio actually worked.
Whoa!
Okay, really
we
cool.
got a working radio. Check this out. Let's put it on the camera.
This is cool. This is fun. You
You
hear
hear
the
that?
CB radio on
He's
it.
talking about.
So what I'd like to do is I would like to have the Repair Preservation Group 501c3, not C4. So this is not GoFundMe money being used for this. That's for lobbying. This is going to be from the donors that donate. There was a very large donor to the 501c3 early in the year. I would like to use that to fund these workshops. I can't use this money for political lobbying. You're limited with a 501c3 in political lobbying. So I'd like to use this to do more of this, because this idea was very popular and it also made a lot of people very happy, and admittedly it would have made me very happy in the beginning. So what I've done is I've reached out to a makerspace, and I've coming up with a grant agreement to get them all the equipment that they need to have about 6 repair stations that are fully equipped with a good microscope, a good soldering iron, all the stuff that you need to be able to do electronics repair, troubleshooting, multimeters, all that kind of power supplies, all that good stuff. And I also want to have them have an instructor there that does the work. Now, the person who's the 501c4, the political lobbying fund, I've said that I have no intention of paying myself out of that. You have people that were donating that was about $800,000+ that was collected mostly out of people donating $5. All that's going to lobbying. The 501c3, that had a donor that has way more zeros in his net worth than I do, and he told me over the phone, I'm happy for you to pay yourself a salary of over $100K a year from this. I looked into nonprofit salaries for directors, and the amount of it's kind of like walking through a minefield. So at this point, I have no desire to pay myself out of this, and I also have no desire to be the one that's doing the teaching or providing any of these services to avoid conflicts of interest. So what I'd like to do here is I'd like to hire somebody else to do these workshops. I'd like to hire someone to do these workshops, and after I finish up the grant agreement with the Makerspace, who is an expert in micro soldering, an expert in electronics repair troubleshooting, so you should be able to run a jumper wire under a BGA chip if necessary. You should know if a pad gets ripped off, how to get to the nub and how to solder a micro jumper to the nub. You should know Ohm's law. You should know what a capacitor, a resistor, an inductor, and all that stuff do. You should know what a buck converter is and stuff like that. I'd like to hire you to be an instructor for this course. We are going to be having these courses for about 4 hours at a time, 2 times a week, and I'd like to hire somebody to do this so that so what I can pay at this point in time for these workshops, if you are open to it, is $225. You get $225 per workshop, and it is a 4-hour workshop. You should be at the very least at my level or higher. It's not really hard to be higher than my level because I'm a fucking schmuck. So watch this video. Get an idea of what I'm doing in this video. Get a feel for how it is I'm running the workshop in this video. And this would be your job, to pretty much run this workshop, have people come in, have people leave, ask them questions on what it is they're looking to learn, sit them down at a station, make sure they don't stab themselves in the dick with the soldering iron, and above all, teach them about right to repair and how it matters while you're working on the devices that they bring in. But also, if someone shows up, you have to be really adaptive to what it is they want to do. So if they want you to solder something on for them because they're not confident doing it, then you do it, you turn the camera on, and you explain it to them as you're doing it. If someone shows up and they would like to solder something themselves and they have screwed up over and over again, watch what they're doing, figure out what they screwed up, and then tell them, here's how to not screw it up. Watch over them and see if you're able to get them to grow and learn. If someone's having an electronics troubleshooting problem, talk them through it. Talk them through what you would do to try to figure out what's causing the problem. And if there's a problem that you think there's virtually no chance of solving, then just be honest about it. So the purpose with this video is to try and hire somebody so that once I finish up this Makerspace grant arrangement, which I don't know how long this is going to take, I'd say probably a month or so, because I'm going to be doing some Massachusetts traveling and lobbying over the next few weeks. Once that's done, this is going to be hosted in Brooklyn. If you are open to it, it's going to be about a 4-hour workshop, 2 times a week that you'd be hosting, and it will be $225 that you get for your time doing this. This is for a nonprofit, so this is not something where I'm going to be raking in a lot of money. I can't guarantee you raises, promotions, all sorts of crazy shit into the future, because I honestly have no idea where this idea is going to go. But I would like to get at least, I would like to have the first grant agreement that I do with this Makerspace be for at least 1 year, where there's 6 seats available, people can show up, and people can show up and have a certain amount of time available. And yeah, I'm just going to stop rambling because I have a tendency to ramble anytime I do a YouTube video that doesn't have a very strict idea to it. So there's an email in the description down below. If you're open to this, please do send me an email. If this is, if you're somebody who doesn't know how to solder at an expert level, if you're somebody that doesn't know how to do electronics repair at an expert level, I unfortunately don't have much need for you, so you're welcome to email, but I guarantee you I'm going to delete it without responding to it. That's it for today, and hopefully I find somebody. And this was a really fun idea, and I think that there's a really fun opportunity to host more of these into the future, and I think that this is a really cool way to get people to not give up when it comes to fixing their own stuff. It's how do I put this? It's very easy to It's very easy to give up when you feel like you're on your own. It's very easy to give up when you're trying to solder a QFN for the first time, trying to solder a jumper wire to something for the first time, and you're missing something. You don't know what you're missing, and in the video, everybody makes it look easy. But if someone can point that out to you in person, it makes all the difference in the world. And what I'm hoping is that less people give up on repair, less people give up on trying to solder something, less people give up on trying to fix something, because they were able to come together and be a part of a small community that was able to help them get this to work. So I'm trying to create what it is that I wish existed when I started doing what I started doing. And if you're open to this, if you think it's a cool idea, if you want to be a part of it, please do email me. My email is down below, and I look forward to hearing from you. Thank you very much, and hopefully I'm able to finalize all of this. And also, again, thank you to Jesse Cruz for doing this. Like, just look at this page. Look at this. Look at this. For the iPhone 7. Look at the level of detail you have here. Like, just look at this. You got like a guy who's actually a genuine expert in the field who posted all of this good stuff to the wiki. Absolutely amazing. Amazing stuff. And as you could see on repair.wiki, on the side, you have all different types of equipment. You have laptops, desktop computers, game consoles, phones, tablets, televisions, monitors, cameras, medical equipment, AV equipment, drones, 3D printers. Again, there's something that you know how to fix at an expert level, and it is not on this wiki, but you want it to be made available. Make the page. I'm all for it. I'm all for you making a page for anything. Don't ask me, Lewis, our refrigerator's included. Lewis, our remote's included. Don't ask me. Make the page, contribute to it. Let's make this thing awesome. Okay, finally done rambling. See you later. Mr. Clinton, I told you. Budget cuts. Until the back rent on the store is paid, I can't pay you to be here anymore, boy. Clinton, you're not going to get paid for this. Oh, well, as long as you're okay with it.